Juneteenth, right? The story behind Juneteenth in Galveston, Texas, when the last remnant of black slaves were set free. Is that the story that y'all heard? Raise your hand if you heard the story that way. Do you understand that that's not true? The last remnant of slaves that were owned will continue to be owned a year after Juneteenth by the Choctaw Indian. Choctaw Indians were the last to release the remnants of slaves. Oh, they don't tell you that, do they? They don't want you to know that Indians own slaves, own black slaves as well. Far before American slaves, far reaching in number of slave ownership, was Northern Africa owned white people. People in Northern Africa owned white slaves. Do you know where the word slave come from? Slavic. The Slavic people were enslaved. And that name slave came from the Slavic people who were the example of slavery. Oh, they don't want to tell you that because they want us to be divided.
Let's be very clear. The reason there is no slavery in the world today, I mean, there's a lot of slavery in the world today, but in the parts of the world where there's no slavery, is because the British Empire ended it. That's why there is no slavery. That is...
So,
well,
that's going to prompt
look, the fact that you are uneducated about history doesn't mean it's funny. So let me educate you now. Let me educate you now. Let me educate you now. I know that the woke narrative and the anti-Western narrative on slavery... Oh, you're not practicing free speech very well, are you? You're not practicing free speech very well, are you? The moment I say something you don't like, you're not practicing free speech very well, are you, sir?
Thank you.
I thought you were all about free speech. How about you let me finish my point?
Let's finish the point, and then I'm going to...
Now,
and then I will
the
bring
woke
it to our
narrative
on-stage
and
audience.
the anti-Western narrative on slavery is there was no slavery, and then the British or the Americans came along and they started slavery. Slaves were the first good that were ever traded between human beings. Ever. They were the first good ever traded. Native Americans had slaves, Ottomans had slaves, African had slaves. Everybody had slaves. The reason there is no slavery in the West is the British Empire, having practiced slavery for a long time, like everybody else, ended it. Not only that, the British Empire then spent a tremendous amount of blood and treasure to force the Middle Eastern slave traders, with the trans-Saharan slave trade being much worse than the transatlantic slave trade. In terms of the number of people who were killed, in terms of the way that they were treated, in terms of how long it lasted, it was much worse. And we spent a tremendous amount of blood and treasure to stop it. That's the true history of slavery.
Okay.